What's going on, guys? We have uncovered the Death Star. Yes, we have uncovered exactly how Citadel has been trading in the dark pool, AMC and GME, and 2 billion shares is on the line, unaccounted for. And we have found them. We have found exactly how they are working this into their strategy of turning AMC and GME into their dumping grounds for the short squeeze to be prevented. However, we have a Joshua James with 2 M's in here, giving us a view into a direct link to Finra Darkpool data where you can look up tickers. It's tough to navigate, but have added. I'm going to not only share with you this link, I'm going to tell you exactly what to do when you get into it there. We have to press that agree button first, and then make sure you read it, of course. And then the next part is you go to the OTC non-ATS issued data. Once you're here, you change the view to monthly. Thank you, the hive mind of the Moon Platoon Mo Monkeys, for coming together, figuring this out, putting our brains together here, and then search AMC or GME. We're going to do both in a second. And there it is. There she blows 2 billion shares right there. Looking at this is the non-ATS data details. 1 billion shares currently on Citadel. This is publicly available information. Any of you can jump into Finra and look at this yourselves. The number of trades here for Citadel specifically is going to be proportionally matching to Virtue and G1. Out of about 2 billion total shares traded on the dark pool, Citadel has about 50%, Virtue has 25%, and G1 has about 10%. We also pulled this data for GME, so here it is. Right, out of 500 million total shares, we have half, 50% going to Citadel, about 25% going to Virtue, and slightly higher than 10% going to G1, about 12%, right? These is exactly what we have been waiting for. And now that the Death Star has been found, what are we still waiting for? We can start reporting this, right? Let's give it a quick shake with this post that is updating the situation here as they continue to work through it. Thank you, Lieschen Mueller, for joining the Mo Monkey army. If you guys also wanted to be like Lieschen, then go ahead and press that join button next to the subscribe button, which of course you guys have all clicked, and that like button so that more Space Apes and Mo Monkeys can find this right here. So there you go. AMC, OTC, and short exempt trading. As some of you may have heard, we have discovered short sellers hiding their shorts by off-exchange trading. Or better known as over-the-counter OTC trading here. OTC trading allows smaller companies who may not meet the requirements to be listed on an exchange to still be able to trade shares of their company. Think off-Broadway, right? We still want to be able to perform our plays, but we're not big enough, so we have to be performing in these small, seedy, underground belly. It serves a better narrative, but it's just for the size of the company. In addition to that, trades happen directly between two parties without the supervision or regulation of an exchange. Larger companies that are already listed on an exchange have been known to over-the-counter trade due to there being no regulation and no supervision on OTC trading. Finra, a private regulator contracted by the government to regulate certain aspects of the market, keeps track of OTC trade data. Though Finra is considered a regulator, they don't really do any regulating. It seems that all they do is keep track of data. Sounds pretty good job to me. Each day they publish data on short selling volume for on-exchange trading as well as off-exchange trading, right? The OTC, over-the-counter trading. They also track what is called short exempt volume. What is short exempt? Well, we'll find out together. Short exempt simply allows shorters to short a stock on the downtick despite SSR being in place, rendering SSR useless. We've talked about SSR being a red herring for safety. Essentially makes you feel safe when you really aren't. And it is put in place so that certain stocks are not vulnerable when it comes down to dropping 10% from the previous market close, and being forcing them, unless of course you're on the short exempt list, to avoid shorting them on the downticks. So it's kind of like a wounded elephant. You come off of a wounded elephant and allow the stock to exist and recover. the rest of the day plus the next day that it gets on the SSR list. What allows them to do this? Who knows? There are certain circumstances that are very vague as to why a short seller can be short exempt. It just seems those circumstances don't actually matter and are so vague that no one can actually regulate it. With that said, they have been shorting AMC by the millions by off the exchange trading. Not just by way of short exempt, but also regular shorting as well. In addition to that, short exempt trading is happening on the exchange too. Yes, that's correct. It seems SSR is no good as we have all expected. Well, so it looks like this. They are getting shorted on the exchange. They are getting shorted off the exchange. They believe they are getting shorted by short exempt on the exchange. We are getting shorted by short exempt off the exchange. I still believe that they are doing this OTC trading for more than just an extra way to short AMC and avoid the SSR rule. Although those are huge, I think there is more to it. Let's take an example of the numbers from Finra data to see what we've been missing. I'm also more focused on short exempt shares because there are the shares that are not included in any data you are seeing on these finance website and the ones they are trying to hide. Below is last month's total volume of off the exchange shorting of just one TRF, trade reporting facility, and there are multiple TRFs. Notice the short exempt number, 11 million and change, right? These are the shares that have shorted avoiding SSR, as well as shares that until finding this data is not reported on a website, say Fintel. 11.5 million short exempt shares we were not counting. That was just last month. This explains a ton of why these prices are changing without any volume. Right? We are seeing even today the major drop in the morning of just actual paper handlers. That's why we get scissors in the chat for those paper handlers falling off the grid. That volume was up to 500,000 minute volumes. And now when we come back down and look at the drop in similar size over a similar period of time, that volume was just not supported. It was not supported back in Quadruple Wishing Day either. It was not been supported for a long time, and now for both AMC and GME, we understand why. 11.5 million short exempt shares we were not counting. That was just last month. We are approaching 30 plus million shares they have hidden, and we have unaccounted for in our typical Fintel type data readings to date. Here we go. All of these documents are public, and I want you guys to explore them on your own. Let's take a look at yesterday's short sell volume. AMC was on SSR, but that didn't matter because they were short exempt. Thank you, Matt Weiler, for the super. Here is that data from 323. Off the exchange short volume, short exempt is 900,000, short 10 million. On the exchange short volume is short exempt 200,000, and then the short is 4 million. Consolidated total is a short exempt conglomerated total of 1 million and change, and the short total is 14.5 million right there. The day prior, Monday, we had 1.5 million short exempt shares shorting AMC. We have been having an average of 1.5 million a day, 7.5 million a week shares that we have not been accounted for in short volume. Everyone has been wondering if and how they've been shorting during SSR. Yes, they have been using shorts on downticks during SSR. This is how they have been doing it, and here are all the shares they have been using to do it with. Originally, we were thinking it's impossible that this kind of volume price mismatch continues, and yet here is that explanation, all from the detective sleuths of the space apes, detective sleuths of the people just like you and me, slamming that subscribe button, getting us real close to 70K. Might actually happen in this stream. Support the cause. Just 100 more subs until 70K. Let's see. Please look for yourself. I am going to include that in the description of this video. I am only sharing what is available to you. I do not claim to know it all or anything at all. Just ran across something doing their own personal DD, and instead of keeping it to himself, I felt it my duty to share it with all of you. If you like me, any data that can build my confidence that is not a dead cat, I'll gladly accept. I have not even fully grasped all of this info, nor do I fully understand it all. I spent all day and all last night reading and going through data just just to gain a basic level of understanding of what is going on behind the scenes. They're getting this convo started and helping get any info that's helpful out there. If you take a look at yourself, do it with as you please. Here's a link to that daily data. Once again, I am going to include that in the description. At this point, the interpretation of this is desperation. They're scraping for short shares from anywhere they can, much like a high school kid getting his patootie whooped and they have their eyes closed, head down, and are just swinging at the air. Trading OTC and short Exempt is a move most were not aware of, but there is more to it. There is more at play here for them to be listed on the New York Stock Exchange, but to be shorting AMC off the exchange with zero regulation. I have yet to figure it out, and someone else may figure it out first, but there is more as to why they are OTC trading millions of shares each week. They are more shorted than we thought at least 7 million additional shares. 7 million additional shares a week. They have been piling up to 30+ million shares short. They have hidden and we have unaccounted for. A squeeze is inevitable, but only if we continue to buy and hold. With everything I've seen, AMC is the #1 squeezable stock right now, according to this user, but a stock don't squeeze itself. Gotta keep buying and holding. No one is going to regulate them. The SEC is not going to stand up for us. The DTCC is not going to do their job. Congress won't help, so we must stand up for ourselves. This is how we protest. This is our Occupy movement. We buy, we hold, and we aren't leaving. Ape strong together. So, does this give you a sense of a new hope? Essentially, this is the part of the Star Wars movie where we say we have them. We have the blueprints. We know exactly how they're doing it now. It clears up so much more than we originally thought. If you guys want to give a treat to Meatball, the best way to do it is to drop a like on this video, drop a subscribe, and join the Moon Platoon, and perhaps even consider joining these groups right here, the Moon Platoon, Meatball the Space Legend tier, and the Gorillionaire tier, to drop a couple of dollars like month, and then help out the stream. For now, but not for forever. Thank you guys, and on to the Finra Report.